Hey everybody, welcome back. Happy Thursday. I'm Jen McEwen, your host of the UpRock weekly call. This is call number 44. Hashtag today is update, UPT date, which I guess you can figure what that means. I'm going to bring on stage Mr. Jesse Adams and Mr. Christopher O'Connell. What's up, guys?
Hey, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
How you guys feeling today?
I'm having a rough morning.
Yeah.
Honest. I went to see a jazz show yesterday.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun.
Oh, that's good. That's always good.
Now, see, if you told me you went to see underground punk rock or something like that, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds wild. I bet things were just absolutely hurting at the end of it. But a jazz show, really? That doesn't seem like it would be the wildest evening.
No, they played some funk. It was great. It wasn't like the elevator music sort of stuff, you know. It was like proper New York,
Yeah,
old school jazz. It was fun.
that's cool. That's fun.
I mean, I was home early, but I'm just at this age now, or point in my life where 2 drinks is enough. Jesse is like,
you do know who you're talking to here.
I know,
right?
you guys.
Who the other 2 people on this call is?
Yeah, I'm a 2-drink minimum. So yeah.
Okay.
Wow, we have a lot of comments before the call today, like last time. I don't know what's changed, but it's pretty wild. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Good to see you.
Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it.
Oh, yes. Vikesh, happy Holi. Or is it Holly or Holy? But happy Holi.
Yeah, Holly.
Yeah. Color. That's really awesome.
Yep.
It's a really beautiful festival. Okay, great. So let's get into it.
Okay.
This is just we're doing a quick update this week. Let's see. We've got introductions. We're going to go over some events that Jesse's going to. Speaking of Holi, and some folks here coming in from India. We'll talk about that because there's a great event going on soon. Contribute to Earn, our ambassador program, and we have a quick update on Prism, and then we're out of here.
Yeah, let's go.
So let's get started. Okay, so the first one is, Jesse, you are going to India. You are going, sorry, let me make that a little bit bigger, but you're going to, let me just make it bigger so people can read it, but you're going to be in India. Is it next week? No.
On March 25th, so literally almost 10 days from now. My first time in India, it's at Bengaluru. So anyone in the chat that's been there or lived there, I'd love to get some tips and advice about traveling there because it's my first time, so I'm super excited. It's going to be a pretty quality event. We have a Telegram chat going with a lot of founders that are in the Deepin space and Solana space. So yeah, it's going to be good. We have an opportunity to actually do a presentation on UpRock and Prism specifically and what we're building. So that's also great. So I have a speaking time, which is great for the community. And so that's great. Yep.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. And so this is a one-day event, correct?
It's one day for the actual conference, and then we'll have dinner with all the founders before, and then it's halfway around the world for me. So I'm going to probably tack on a couple of days and make the most of it.
Yeah. See, India, we love you. Jesse's traveling across the country, literally on the other side of the globe, just to see you for one day or maybe a couple of days. But very excited to go to. I've never been. I'd like to. Yeah, it didn't work out for me this week or this time, but maybe in the future.
Yep.
But you have to report back. Let us know how you enjoyed the time there.
That's right. And by the way, yes, daylight savings really screwed us up a lot. I don't know why we do it. We should abolish it forever. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Drew mentions daylight savings. So that's what we had last week.
Yeah.
Or no, was it this week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so this time about 6 months ago, we had daylight savings, and Jesse and I totally forgot about it, and we were an hour late to the live stream. This time, we get to start for us an hour later. So it was nice to have an hour to get ready.
Yeah. Hi, Jen. She says, Rika.
Oh, hi, Rika.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Wow. There's a lot of comments today. It's awesome.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. All right. So we've got up next. Oh, a reminder, folks. So we have the notifications in the mobile app, so the iOS and the Android application. And just a reminder just to turn that on. One, you don't want to miss out on an update. but two, especially for iOS, there's a problem with iOS, and not just our app, it's just in general with iOS applications of running in the background. And because of the kind of app that we are, you're earning by contributing to the network, so you earn while you sleep. Well, if the app's not running in the background, that's going to be a problem, right? So we use these notifications to kind of just wake it up, right, Chris? Like to keep your app running. So it's really important, I would say, for iOS users, to iPhone users, to turn on the notifications. But even for Android users, I think that you should turn it on too, because you don't want to miss an update. We're going to also flesh out the notification system better. So, things like whenever we go live, you get a cool notification of that, or we have just a great update for you guys. So anyway, I would recommend definitely turning that on.
Exactly. Yep. I mean, a lot of times, our first features are our first features that get the most. When we launch a new feature, we really want people to test it out and try it. So a lot of times we'll increase our earnings during that time. So we get a lot of people to give us feedback. So if you want to have an earnings boost, you should definitely turn the notifications on.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It keeps the app life cycle going, which is really important for keeping the earnings up. So it's both. It just keeps it open. That's one of the things we hear from our iOS users is that. So definitely keep it.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's go on to our Contribute to Earn program. We've got a new update here. So we are doing a badge creation brainstorm. So what we are thinking of is developing a badge system. So we would like your input. So if you are in the Contribute to Earn program, or if you would like to be, join our Discord and go look for the Contribute to Earn group. There's some people in the chat now that are already part of it, and they have been great contributors for our previous focus areas.
Yep.
But right now we're working on a badge system. So here's some potential badge categories that we have. Things like maybe even a leaderboard or something, but like active user streaks, daily check-in streaks, a quest competition. If you've been using the app for a while, you've noticed that occasionally we'll have like a quest at the very top. And sometimes they're super easy quests, like just go through the cards, the carousel, and answer some questions or something like that. But anyway, that gets fleshed out. OG. So if you've been with us since the beginning, if you've been with us since the beta apps, then I think that would qualify as OG. And then referral. So you may have noticed if you watch previous streams, we did a sneak peek of a revamped referral program.
Yep.
And that included some badges. So that's not released yet. We're that's on the in the pipeline, but we already have that designed, and we'll be rolling that out shortly. And some other Contribute to Earn, or some other badges, is we're thinking like staking badges or earning milestones. Anyway, it would be really fun to do. And would love to hear. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed these two. We have community and special engagement badges. Again, these are all just ideas. So we would love to hear your input on that. But some of those would be if you're an ambassador, if you are a contributor, if you're a beta tester, event participation, live stream engagement badge. And you know what? If we do a live stream engagement badge, I mean, I already know in the chat who's going to get that badge. Because I see you guys every week. So anyway, go check that out. Head over to our Discord, and if you'd like to contribute to Earn, please do so and join. And if you don't know about Contribute to Earn, this is a program where we ask our community to help us in our development journey and help us like flesh out ideas, help us with features like hone in or fine tune some features. And for their input, they earn some UPT for doing so. And they've been an incredible group. They helped us with our staking V1. They helped us with a whole bunch of stuff, like a whole bunch of like content creation ideas. And anyway, really great group. So please do so.
Yeah, this is an extension of our grant program. And also a lot of what we're doing with Prism is open source, and 25% of the contributions are from third-party developers. But if you don't know how to code, that's okay. There's other ways to earn, and we want to be able to build this community together.
Mm-hmm.
So Contribute to Earn program is all about that. Every time we have a program, we want to be able to get feedback.
Yeah, I think that's a really important point. Obviously, people who do know how to code can contribute in some very very specific, very obvious ways, like writing code. But building this community, there's so much more to building UpRock than just the code. As important as it is, and I'd say that, but that's absolutely, Jesse's absolutely right. There's so many ways to contribute, whether it's through memes, through the Contribute to Earn program, through other parts of building the community, and like we really are building together as a community.
Yeah, very excited. Okay, well, let's move on. Speaking of ambassadors, we have that ambassador program that we talked about 2 weeks ago and last week. But we have this phase 1 of it. You can find it. Go check out Super Team Earn, and you can see it on the Earn site. But we've got $5,000 worth of bounties, and what we're looking for is folks who can. Let's see. Sorry, let me make this a little bit bigger because that's hard to read, isn't it?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, so what we are looking for is so folks to craft an engaging video and a Twitter thread, and that highlights a few things. So highlights deep in precision, hashtag deep in precision, our role, UpRock's role in the deep in space, and some key differentiators between us and other deep ins, and how Prism is set to change the world, right? Reshape real world infrastructure. So that is a call out to people who want to, or, are excited about making content. Like if you have a great idea and you want to make a quick video and you want to make a Twitter thread, please do so. You could be in the running to get some of this bounty. Yeah.
Honestly, yes, it can be in Spanish, Espanol, no problem. Yeah. Honestly, the whole point of the ambassador program, we do have worldwide country ambassador program as well. We want people to actually communicate what deep in precision means and how deep in is changing business use cases and solving real problems and making an impact worldwide, and a better way to build community, better way to build businesses. And so yeah, just do it. And we really want to emphasize video because X really, the algorithm actually emphasizes and places video as a higher, gives more traffic to video. So as an UpRock community, we want you guys to, like, if you guys make really quality content, especially video, then we want to highlight that. We repost it, we'll reward it. We want you guys to, get some grant money for doing that. So
yeah. And there's so much cool stuff that you can do to make videos now. I mean, anyone, like, if you just know how to do a good prompt, you can make a really
exactly.
Or you could be old. You could be like, old school and like do it yourself. But you could also, there's a lot of really cool shit out there to make a fun video.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, guys, check that out. That's a really fun prize pool that we got. Decent prize pool that we got there, and a really fun program that's going on right now. So please check that out. I really look forward to seeing your videos and your Twitter threads or X threads. Okay, so speaking of the ambassador program, we put out this article a couple of days ago on our X, so x.com/UpRockCom, on what makes a great Web3 ambassador.
Yeah.
So go check that out because, like I said, we've had this ambassador program. We're looking for people to help us make content, be kind of our street team, be our ambassadors, and all around the world. So this will highlight what we're looking for, what we think makes a great Web3 ambassador, and that could be you. So go check that out and join the program.
Yep.
Get with the program, guys.
If you find yourself doing like crypto crash courses for your friends already, like telling them how to.
You're already an ambassador.
Yeah, you're already an ambassador to Web3, which is awesome because we do that for our own friends all the time. And that's just the beginning. That is like how people get started. And once you drink the Kool-Aid, you realize like for certain things, there's only, especially if you love the internet, like we grew up with the internet, there are certain things that you only want to build in the Web3 way. And this is why we all love Web3 in the community too, because it's wild, it's fun. We embrace the chaos of it. But at the end of the day, it's a better way of building the internet and it impacts all our lives. So yeah. So join that. We love to hear from you. And it's so fun to be building with the community, in real time. This is what makes it so exciting. So.
Okay, well, let's move on. Anything else on the ambassador program? If you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat or head over to Discord and we will be there, or hit us up on X.
Yep.
But, head over to Discord, because then you could see, you could see all the, that's where that's where a lot of the conversations happen. So I would definitely head over there. Okay, guys. This is actually a really short one today, because we're on to our last topic. We're on to
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we do have a couple more product updates
so far.
We do have a couple of product updates. We have our Play to Earn and Shop to Earn is coming to our website. We have a lot of traffic on the web, so that's going live today. So we love for you guys to check that out. If you log into UpRock.com, you'll see that. Love for you to test it out. So the Shop to Earn and Play to Earn is going to be live on there. And then we're actually working on surveys and Shop to Earn on Android. So that's coming right now. That's actually in progress. And the big part of it, Prism, is we got almost 100 signups for the SaaS product, which is great, from the past week. Those are organic, which is great.
And some of those thanks to the community. So we really thank you, people who reached out or shared it with their friends and colleagues. That's really, really awesome. So thank you very much.
Yeah, when we made this slide, it was 70 plus, but now
right. That's how fast it's going.
Oh, by the way, also staking on iOS, which is great. That's actually live too. That just went out. So that's awesome. Yep. And yeah, so try that out as well. And then that's staking coming to Android, but it's actually just got approved and it's live. So that's great. What else?
So, and staking has been live via the website. So if you have the Android app and you want to stake, you can do it via the web. It's now live in the iOS app, and it is coming very soon in the Android app. I'm happy to say, knock on wood, I don't want to jinx us, but the approval process was better. It seems like maybe the last time with the iOS approval process where it was very, very painful was due to some misconceptions. And now that those have been solved with regards to the reviewers, this one was a lot more straightforward. So fingers crossed, we don't have any big problems in the future.
Okay, so let's break this down, because we just threw a whole wall of updates and they're all over the place. Yeah. Okay, we'll break it down. iOS has got staking.
Yep.
Very excited about that. And the approval process was awesome. If you guys were watching in the end of last year, beginning of this year, we were in reviewer hell because we were trying to release the games on iOS that we have on Android, and that was just kept getting us. We were in reviewer limbo. Let's just say limbo, not hell.
Yeah.
Or both. But so we scrapped the games on iOS, or we got rid of it for now, and then in the meantime we released staking, which must mean, since it went through well, we'll try games next on iOS.
Yeah. We'll try it again.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And then the next one is Prism. Yep. So we've got over 100 signups now on the SaaS product.
Yep.
I think I might have missed some of the other updates that were in there.
Well, and this matters, because these are companies that are using the UpRock network, that are generating revenue for the network. We haven't turned on billing yet, but we will very, very soon. And that revenue goes back to buy back UpRock tokens. And we have already been deploying the revenue that you guys have been making from games and from shopping and things like that. And we've been using that to start our buybacks. You've probably noticed that despite the fact that the crypto markets have been a bit rough lately, UpRock has been bucking that trend a little bit. And we believe that's because we finally have the revenue to implement our buyback program, as we said we would. So every single one of these companies that signs up for Prism is a potential paying customer for the UpRock community. And that money, a good chunk of it, goes back to buying back UpRock tokens from the Web3, from the DEXs. And so that helps really with our token price, or should at any rate. So for those who haven't seen us demo this before, UpRock Prism is our distributed uptime monitoring service that's powered by the UpRock network. So this is the actual product that companies come and buy to bring revenue into the UpRock community. If you're interested in seeing how it works, go to prism.uprock.com. We've got a really cool interactive demo that Jesse put together showing how it works. If you want to see, like, hey, when you use UpRock, what are you helping to contribute to? How are you actually making the world a better place and making a product that people want? This is the product. So go and check it out. Yeah. Even if you don't run a website, just curious how it works, there's a great demo up there.
So guys, we ran through this really fast, and Reka had a suggestion. Why don't we just take some questions? What do you guys think? Maybe we'll take some.
Yeah, I mean, they're coming in really fast today. Little courses for points that explain things. Yeah, I think that's good too. We're
Okay,
going to actually,
you guys do converse amongst yourselves. I'm going to look through the chat for some questions to highlight.
yeah, I mean, one of the things we're going to do is in the apps especially is highlight how active the community is. So if you look at the top half when you first install the app, the top half of the app, which is a lot of real estate for the app, right? You just see your earn hour rate. We want to show like how active, how many speed tests we do, how many transactions we do, how much, what are some really like what are the most active ways to earn? Just make that a little more dynamic instead of just like your earn per hour rate. Because a lot of people want to be more active. Like how do you actually earn more, but also what are you contributing to? And we want to make it front and center that when you do a survey, when you play a game, when you share with friends, all those things will generate some revenue, and we use that revenue to buy back and burn UPT. And you'll see it. We have a burn wallet. We make that live. Anyone can see that now. That's actually very active. Every day we buy back and burn UPT and burn it. And that's only increasing. So all the activities you do when you share with a friend.
We missed one.
Yeah,
we missed one day, but that was a mistake.
Yeah, exactly. So, but everything you guys do really helps for that. So it's amazing. And we want to show how the community is helping support that and put some of those stats right on the home screen, because that's a lot of real estate. We want to show how your contributions actually make a big impact. So
yeah.
So VDMD, to answer your question, if you visit that link that just got shared, you'll see all of our buyback events. You'll see them going up. That site updates every 15 minutes or so. Yeah. And then to your question about running tests in the app, absolutely. If you want to see some of the tasks that are being run and how they look and how they work, go check out prism.uprock.com. That's actually running in the apps right now. So that's great. To somebody who asked about DATS, we have turned that over to them. They're working on integrating it with their whole system. So we talk to them a couple times a week, and we've already turned over the fully functional, fully operational version of the APIs. And
So go ahead, Jess.
Oh, so just for people who are new. When you have a couple million installs worldwide, what can you do with that kind of network? Well, in Prism, it has like 3 core pillars that hold that product up, that Prism product. So one is uptime monitoring. Every company that's worth their salt on earth wants to be able to know they're fast or if they're up or down, and they want to know that before your customers complain about it, before you do, right? So you always want to know your services are up. You want to make sure they're fast in every country and city on earth where your customers are. And so how do you do that? You use an uptime service. Today, most people, actually 100% of companies use a centralized server monitoring system, maybe a handful of 20 data centers around the world. A better, far superior way of doing that is actually from the mobile devices, from the UpRock community, and say, hey, this is actually how fast your site is running in this city, in this country, and 190 plus countries around the world. This is not possible until today with DPIN. So that's a big part of what we're launched with Prism. And that same network where you're loading sites to see how fast they are and see if they're up, you can also do the same thing to be able to crawl the internet and scrape it and say, here's also the same kind of data you can feed AI for AI to be able to understand what's happening in real time in the world. So every AI model today is like a genius teenager that hasn't lives in this parent's basement but doesn't know what's going on in the real world. So if you really want amazing insights that's like real-time relevant, that AI needs to be able to crawl the internet at scale without getting blocked. And the only way we can do that is not with a handful of proxies, but with the millions of people helping out. So that's the second part of Prism. And then third, now we're collecting all that data, we can reverse it and we can do stress testing. So we can actually test your infrastructure and say, hey, we have lots of devices out there. Not only can we crawl the internet, but we can reverse this traffic and say, can you actually withstand thousands of people hitting your site? And how strong is your bank site or your API endpoints? How can they withstand stress testing or load testing? And so that's also a very lucrative business. Yep. So those three kind of products is only powered by only possible with DPIN in a very efficient way. And anyway, that's the revenue we're getting, and that's what buybacks and burn UPT.
Yeah. So VDMD, you asked. I'm sorry, I misunderstood your question. So what you were asking about is what we call heavy tasks, which we ran a pilot program of heavy tasks with ore mining. So at the moment, so you're absolutely right. Heavy tasks will always require user opt-in, or that's certainly the plan. But right now there are no quote unquote heavy tasks. The reality is the majority of the tasks are light tasks that run as part of the speed testing loop. So when your device is checking in for a test, we'll also, sometimes when we first started, we were just essentially testing our servers. Now we're testing other people's servers as well. And so that runs as part of the loop. So that part doesn't require any opt-in. We will, I'm sure, coming soon. I saw somebody mention Koi. We talk to them regularly, although those guys are so busy right now because they just launched their mainnet launch and all that kind of stuff. But when heavy tasks come back, whatever the next heavy task is, then yes, it will work like it worked before when we ran the pilot of that, where you have to opt into it. But at the moment, we don't have the so-called heavy tasks. We've all of our tasks are the lighter weight tasks right now, but they're out and running.
Yeah, heavy tasks are great because we got it working, which I think we're the first ones to really do like on-chain tasks. They're a little tricky though, because both app stores technically block it. So to be really careful. They don't like on-chain, any kind of on-chain mining or tasks. And if they catch you, they will block you. And also it's quite resource intensive. So it does kill your battery really quickly. So you have to make it worth it. You have to actually keep your phone charged. Otherwise, it will destroy your battery. Like not destroy, but it will drain your battery. So those are some of the challenges with some of those tasks.
So we need to make sure that any heavy task really brings enough revenue that when we say to you, hey, if you turn on this heavy task, and it is going to use some of your battery. Right now, our tasks are very, very light, and they should have a minimal impact on your battery compared to everything else that's running on your phone. So when we say to you, hey, we want you to turn on this heavy task, or we think you might want to turn on this heavy task, we need to make sure that it's bringing enough revenue to really make that worth it for people. And also, we've been talking about things like, for instance, a setting that would only allow heavy tasks to run when your device is actually plugged in and charging. So like, that way you can kind of balance the battery usage versus, hey, like when my phone's plugged in, I don't care if it uses extra power because it's already plugged in. But we'll be bringing more of those. That's probably a little down the road because as I think you'll see with our Prism launch, we have such a great opportunity and a great product that we've built out using the lightweight tasks that we really want to focus on that for a couple months and get a bunch of users onboarded.
Yeah. Okay, this is a good one. Can you explain that again about being blocked? Okay, so this is an interesting one. There's an AI agent swarm coming. I don't know if how many people in the chat actually use AI agents like proactively. A lot of the AI agents today, whether it's ChatGPT or DeepSeek or whatever you're using, it's reactive. You have to ask something first before it does anything. No one really trusts an AI agent just to act on your behalf, but that will happen very, very, very soon. And a lot of what makes an AI agent amazing is to be able to crawl the internet at scale. And today, some of the best insights come from companies who can afford stuff like this. So the company like Bright Data, if you're a huge shopping company, you might want to crawl Amazon or Target or Walmart and see what are competitors doing, what are their prices, how much are the inventory in every single country and state, and then they get all that data, and then they can get really great insights. It's like, okay, here's what's selling out. Here's the subscriptions. Here's the metadata they're using. Here's the titles they're using. And this is how companies can really compete at a really high level. Those kind of insights are really expensive today. A company like Bright Data, it's like $500 a month. If you're a startup or if you're just a prosumer or entrepreneur, you're not going to spend that kind of money yet. And this allows you. So when you have first an AI agent that can actually work on your behalf, give you superhuman powers, but then also be able to crawl the internet like a Google can, like these big enterprise companies can. Now you democratize superior, amazing insights for your business. So now you can actually say, hey, every minute, whatever you care about, whatever trend, topic, you can actually have the AI agent crawl the internet and load 100 sites every hour, whatever you care about, and then distill that down and synthesize it and say, okay, here's what's happening in your industry or trend, whatever you care about. If you're a YouTuber, here's what's trending, here's what people care about, whatever it is. You want to be able to crawl the internet, not get blocked. Today, if you were to actually load all those sites over and over again from your one IP address, a company like Cloudflare will either throttle you or block you because you'll look like a bot, and they'll just block you because it looks like you're crawling. This is why big companies use proxies today. It's very expensive. Mobile data is like $25 a gigabyte. And, for desktop is $5 to $10 a gigabyte. It's very expensive. The average person doesn't do this because who wants to manage their own proxy network? No one knows how to do that on average. It's really annoying to do that. Even if you're technical, it's super annoying to actually manage your own proxy network, be able to crawl the internet. So the companies who charge a lot for this, and you really have to be a big company. With today's tools, with DPIN, with AI, using just natural language interface, you should be able to crawl the internet at scale and get those like superhuman crawling abilities. And then you can get that data, and then you can do some amazing decisions with that. So this is only possible with DPIN, with crypto payments, and this is the key. Everyone thinks the internet is like your own database, like you can just crawl it, but you cannot. All that glue is missing. Like there's stuff that blocks you constantly, and this is what DPIN unlocks, because it's not just a VPN network. It is millions of devices helping a free flow of data, because the world's knowledge, right? So the world should benefit from it. So, yeah.
Yep. So a couple more questions I noticed here. Windows UI updates are coming soon. Those are coming along with a Windows updater that's much better. We've been testing it with multiple versions. So that's coming soon. Opt-in for high priority tests. So Marenga, that's a really great question. We actually haven't really focused on that. And the reason we haven't focused on that, we thought about this. I actually sketched out a version of this. And then what I realized is we have enough devices that we don't need to, because the problem is when we do something like that, that requires like a very that requires like a very tight cycle on your device that's consuming a fair amount of power, because in order to have a really high priority update, we need to keep the radio on, aka we need to be constantly checking to see if there's work or somehow getting notifications of that and stuff like that. And so rather than do that, which has some potential to be interesting, but just isn't that relevant right now. Instead, we have enough devices that at any given moment, a device is checking in on its own, checking in when the device already woke up for some other reason. And so so far, we haven't had a need to actually, ask users to make that choice. Hey, I want to run more high priority tasks, but I'm willing to spend more battery life on it or whatever, because there's enough devices in the network. Our community is strong enough that at any given moment, there's always devices checking in. And so rather than worrying about assigning tasks, high priority tasks to devices that have said they want high priority tasks, we just assign them to the next device that check in. At any given moment, there are dozens, literally any moment, almost how small you want to slice that moment, there are a solid number of devices checking in. And so we're always able to assign tasks that need to be handled quickly to one of those available devices. And that way, we don't have to ask you to make that trade-off on battery life between high priority and not.
All right. Well, here's an interesting question about Spain. So Spain puts a warning. Some, I'm assuming telecom companies put a warning on their terms and conditions about sharing your connectivity can terminate the contract. How will UpRock fight against this? One, I don't know so much if that is specifically an UpRock fight to even take on, but that does bring a bigger question. So then how does that affect other DPINs? That's not just us. That would be other DPINs, but also what do they mean by connectivity?
Well, we're not really doing. I think this is really aimed at proxies, and UpRock doesn't run a proxy network.
Yeah.
We execute tasks, and so we don't. With a proxy, especially some of the. There are some apps, especially some browser extensions and others out there that potentially are just sort of treating your device. They're opening it up. They're making it an open proxy, or maybe a barely secured proxy, a slightly secured proxy. And that can definitely really lead itself to abuse. And so we don't do that. So the UpRock, there is no direct connection between any work submission and the UpRock devices. It all goes through our distribution network. Tasks are assigned at random so that it is not, it shouldn't be possible for anybody who's submitting tasks to really get it onto any particular individual device. And then the other thing, because I saw somebody mention something about this earlier about running arbitrary tasks, there's a reason why we don't allow people to upload their own code. Obviously, that would be incredibly powerful, but it's also incredibly risky because you're letting somebody run unknown code on your device. And so our tasks are defined in terms of parameters. So when you want to submit a task to us, it gets submitted to our backend, but that task runs on code that we've developed as part of our development lifecycle when it actually runs on your device. And so that's why, I mean, because people sometimes ask, like, hey, why can't I just upload my arbitrary code and run it on all of these devices? And the answer is because we don't know a way of making that safe right now. And we're constantly working on it and constantly trying to make that process better. But right now, the only way we can ensure that the network is safe for all of our users is to sort of define the tasks ourselves and be in charge of those implementations to make sure they're really safe and secure, because that's important for us.
Cool. All right. Well, here's the one question from Reka. And I know that who this question is aimed for. When staking on Android, and here's the thing, Reka is our Romanian rock star who she is our Android queen. That question is for me because she's been, I owe her a phone call, a sync to go over the staking, which is already in development, but it's just like, just go over the final touches on that. So, okay, Reka, I have been working on the Prism stuff all last 2 weeks. So I am, I think, done with my part on Prism for now, for this phase, and I'm yours again after today. Anyway, thank you for the reminder, Reka. She's been hitting me up on Slack, and I guess now there's the live chat.
Yeah, calling you out now. Yeah, well said, Chris. Security first. Yep.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Well said, Chris. Okay, guys, is there anything? You know what? I wanted to remind you guys. Let's see. Or actually, I don't know what I'm saying. But anyway, is there any other questions here that we are missing?
I think we did a pretty good. I think we did a pretty good weekly call this week. Let's get back to it.
Yeah.
I think the main thing, guys, is we have that ambassador program. Last year, we mentioned this many times on the chat here. Is last year was about DeepIn got really hot. A lot of people got funded. They're building supply, basically building the community, building the network. This is your year where you have to really prove you can do the demand, and can you actually build DeepIn use cases that people want to pay for. And this is what Prism's about. So the ambassador program is like, we would love for you guys to do comparison charts of how you those same business use cases, whether it's uptime monitoring or web crawling or scraping, or to load testing or stress testing, how DeepIn and token incentivized network is a better way of doing those businesses, and you get just DeepIn precision data, and just a far superior way of doing it. So we'd love for you guys to create content around that, especially video. We want to reward you for doing stuff like this because it's actually amazing to be able to spread that message out. That's what the ambassador program is. So I just want to emphasize again. I will be in Bangalore next week. 10 days. So if you are going to be in that area, I'd love to meet you guys. It's my first time in India, so I'm super excited about that. But besides that, like if we're going to do any call to action today, just get the message out. Talk about Prism. Talk about DeepIn use cases. Right now is all about utility and how DeepIn can change. That can really solve some problems for companies, and really for like even a prosumer. Like if you want to be able to crawl the internet and make superhuman decisions at scale, you need a DeepIn network to be able to have your AI agent crawl the internet without getting blocked.
Yeah.
Well,
I love while we were on the chat, their Super Team India responded to on X about you heading over to India. I wish there was an easier way to share links on this live. Because it seems so silly to like x.com/superteamin status and then a whole shit ton of numbers. But anyway, they had 600 million smartphones waiting to be onboarded. So you got your work cut out for you.
Nice.
Messi.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Hell yeah, let's go. Okay, guys. Last question. Drew asked about a referral page update. So this is the same. We have other things in the pipeline first before referral page update. The design is done, but then we have just the pipeline of releases that have to go out first. So before that, it will be things like staking on Android. We're going to do the release the games, try to release the games again on iOS, and we've got what was the other one? Magic Receipts, possibly on. Yeah. So we have a few other things before the referral program revamp, but that is in the pipeline.
Yeah. And
All
by
right.
the way,
Roz's response to India, like we can onboard in less than 2 minutes. So like, yeah, how? Let's do the math on how long that could take to onboard 600 million people.
By the way, like the reward program world, if you guys go to App Store to Play Store, just look up the word reward program. It is a global trend. People want to make passive income on their mobile device, and it's so big. Like all the apps in the Web2 space, they have 10 to 50 to 100 million installs, and it's been around for a while. But those reward programs, whether it's a credit card or whatever, or credit card reward program, or airline points, or just like shop to earn, or anything, those things, they're tied to a point system. And so a point system is its own silo. You can only use those points in that network. Crypto is so much better because that crypto is way more liquid. You're on UPT, you can transfer to, you can swap it for USDC. It's cross borders. Crypto is worldwide from day zero. You know, you don't have to worry about credit card or getting permission from Visa or MasterCard. Is crypto. It's just anyone can trade it, anyone can share it, anyone can swap it. And this is why it's so much better. And why we think is the world's best reward program, because everyone knows data is the new oil, and we can actually help. We can actually help you sell your unused bandwidth while you sleep. And this is why it's great. But there's active tasks out there, and they're pretty lucrative. So if you guys haven't tried it yet, there's Shop to Earn, do surveys. There's Play to Earn, and they actually pay out pretty amazing. Like some of these payouts are $5-10, pay for a phone bill, just like for signing up for an app or a game you're already gonna play anyway. So might as well get paid for it. And might as well get paid in a crypto. And then it's way more liquid. You can transfer and do anything you want with it besides, instead of points, right? But just check it out. Like it's a huge industry. Just look up reward program. You'll see it. Millions and millions of people are excited about stuff like this. Like your phone's always on you. How can you make that work for you? We think the crypto way is the best way.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And let me just say, I just saw somebody ask a question. I saw it go scrolling by about token burn. Yes, absolutely. Our token burn is live. Check out our website, our tokenomics page, where you'll see all of the details on that. But a significant portion of our revenue goes to a buyback and burn program, and that is live.
Yep. Okay.
Exactly.
All right, guys. I think that. Oh, thank you, Tales of the Great. You make a great team. Keep going. Thank you.
Cool.
All right, guys. I think we might be calling it soon. Let's see if we can make it 45 minutes. Unless there's anything else you guys want to.
I think that's it. I think it's back to work, everybody.
Get back to work as usual.
Oh gosh, yeah. My coffee's calling me. I've been taking sips in between, but I just needed like an IV. You just like.
I sort of got the 1 hour like delay with the spring forward. It sucks.
It really knocks me out.
It does. But anyway, yeah. Okay. Thanks everyone for tuning in. It has been a great call. Thanks for all the questions. That was great.
Yeah, really appreciate it, guys.
Yeah. So I see one last question sneaking in here. I'll say check out our device verification to answer that question. And we thanks as always for spending your Thursday with us. We really like it. And we hope you have a great weekend.
Yeah, cheers.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.